Hey there! Welcome back to Writer's World Radio, episode 33. I shall be your elven host, Matthew Graken. So, I was thinking, what should I do this week? And I started fantasizing. And that's where I came up with my ideas. I want to talk to you about the rules of writing fantasy, or some of the rules that you should keep in mind. Primarily, you need rules when you're writing fantasy. What do I mean by that? I mean, you need to make sure you keep some sort of consistency to your created universe. You know, whether it takes place on Earth, but with magical creatures or godlike creatures, demigods, mystical elements to it, wizards running around. Or it takes place on an Earth-like planet somewhere completely different. Another time, another place, a place that never happened. Or just another universe in itself, where there's 2 suns in the sky and 4 moons. You gotta keep it consistent. You gotta make sure that in chapter 3, if something happens, if a character does something, casts a spell, walks into water and there's an ill effect, that chapter 17, same thing happens. You want to make sure you keep your consistencies. Maybe, here's an idea. Take time before you start writing your story, where you're developing your characters and fleshing out everything. Come up with ideas of what are the rules and causes and effects of the place and write them down. Take notes, come up with a rules to the world type of situation. Again, so that way, if something happens in one chapter, you make sure that it will happen again. If that same situation comes up again, it will happen further down the road. Even if you're going through different dimensions and different dimensions have different effects, make sure that stays consistent too. Okay, in world A, this happens. When, if cause A, effect B. In world 2, cause A, effect W happens. Make sure you keep your consistency, keep your rules going. If, just a general rule, like I said, elven before, elves. Some stories, elves are short little people. Other stories, elves are particularly extra tall. So, what is it in your world? Believe me, your readers will pick up on it if you miss out on that. If you don't keep your consistency, people will notice. Just like the same goes with writing fan fiction. You don't keep your consistency with the base story that you're writing off of, people will notice. Particularly with fan fiction because, well, they're not called fanatics for nothing. So what are some of the rules that you use when you're writing fiction? What kind of ideas have you come up with? Put them in the comments below. How's your writing going? Do you need help? Feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at writersworldradio@yahoo.com. That's the email address. On Twitter, it's at Matthew J. Graken. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Matthew J. Graken. Use the hashtag WritersWorldRadio to keep it all together. Just remember, keep your 10 minutes of writing a day. At least 10 minutes. If you're researching, writing your rules, if you're brainstorming, or if you're actually writing, those 10 minutes are invaluable and they add up. If you just do it for 5 days out of a week, that's 50 minutes. That's almost an hour that you're able to put in. I know I don't have the time. I'm at school. I have work. I have this and that, kids. Trust me, I'm in the same boat. But you can do it. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's enjoying their time. And I'll see you next time.